$10 million was turned down. Alex Eala is shocked. A Saudi billionaire's heartbreaking reaction left his daughter in tears. Greetings from Court Vision Plus again. The only location where the drama is consistently served hot and the baseline makes the news. Think again if you believe you understand the worth of a tennis racket. Today, we are discussing a story that has completely gone viral on the internet. A tale that conflates sports, extravagant wealth, and unadulterated emotion. We are discussing Alexa, the Philippines' golden girl, a Saudi oil magnate with wealth greater than Mariana's Trench, and a $10 million offer that was rejected in the most tragically lovely manner imaginable. Settle back and get some popcorn because what transpired following Ella's most recent matches last point wasn't just a sporting event. It was a lesson in life that money just cannot purchase. We will dissect the match, the billionaire, the absurd offer, and Alex Eala's response, which apparently caused the millionaire's daughter to sob on the ground. Was it conceit? Was it modesty? Let's examine the $10 million racket in detail. We must establish the scene in order to comprehend the gravity of this event. There was electricity in the air. We are discussing an exhausting match, the type in which the humidity is oppressive and every grunt reverberates like a cannon fire. The Philippines' pride, Alexa, has just put up a fierce fight to win. She wasn't merely competing for a prize. She was experimenting with the trademark flames that has made her famous all around the world. The crowd erupted as that last ball flew past her opponent and struck the line. Chaos reigned. Ella fell to her knees as the bliss and tiredness overcame her. Her preferred weapon, the racket, was clutched closely to her chest by the extension of her arm that had just delivered a masterclass and grit. However, the atmosphere in the arena changed as the post-match celebrations got underway and the applause subsided. Neither the officials nor the commentators took the microphone. The voice came from the VIP box. A voice that demands attention in international boardrooms. Sheikh Khaled Al Rashid comes on stage. For those of you who don't pay close attention to the Forbes rankings, Sheikh Khaled is more than just wealthy. He has the wealth of an oil billionaire. We are discussing a man who is thought to be worth over $50 billion. He's the type of guy who purchases superyachts in the same manner that we purchase coffee. But more than his lavish outfits and entourage, the stylish man is renowned for his love for his daughter Aisha. Aisha Al Rashid has a strong passion for tennis. She lives the game, not just watching it. Additionally, Alexa, the young phenomenon, is her idol, not Serena or Instagram. Aisha identifies with Ella's spirit of perseverance. Thus, it was already a dream come true to watch her idol emerge victorious from the luxurious box. Her father, however, desired to leave her more than a memory. He desired to pass along a bit of history to her. Sheikh Khaled Al Rashid made a sudden appearance that startled the commentators and caused the audience to go silent. This offer was not whispered by him. He made the world aware of it. He dropped a bombshell that caused jaws to strike the ground when he was looking down from his lovely microphone. "I am a father, and I will do anything to make my daughter happy," he stated, "and my daughter Aisha is inspired by you, Alexandra Eala. I'd want to buy the racket you used to win today's match for $10 million US. It is more than just a product, it is a representation of passion. Kindly get in touch with me. Give that some time to sink in. $10 million to purchase a tennis racket. To put that into perspective, the cash awarded for winning some of the world's largest competitions is minuscule in comparison. Most athletes who work hard on the circuit for 10 years don't make that much money. A private island might be purchased for $10 million. You might purchase a collection of Ferraris, and full tennis academy might be supported for many years. This was a really serious, lavish, and disgusting offer. The woman wasn't kidding. He was prepared with the checkbook. He didn't spot any worn equipment, but he did notice the scuff marks on the frame and the perspiration on that grip. He spotted his daughter's holy grail. The stadium fell silent. It sounded like a pin dropping. The young Filipino celebrity standing on the clay caught everyone's attention. How would you respond in the circumstance? Do you leap with delight? Are you fainting? Do you request a wire transfer and turn it over right away? There was enough tension for a knife to cut through. The media frenzy started right away. X or Twitter went viral. "Take the money, Alex, and is this real life?" was what some were tweeting. In an attempt to get a response, the cameras focused on Eala's face. Was she figuring out the rate of exchange? Was she considering the number of homes she may purchase for her family? However, Alex Eala comes from a different background. She is more than just a sportswoman. She is a model citizen. She stood there dabbing at her perspiration while gazing up to the VIP box, where young Aisha was waiting with wide, expectant eyes, and the chick was grinning hopeful ally. 5 seconds. It only required that. Silence for 5 seconds felt like 5 hours. She then made a grab for the microphone. She didn't falter. She made no hesitation. She gave the billionaire her full attention before turning to face the young woman next to him. Negotiation was not the topic of Ella's response. No counter-offer was made. It was a monologue in which the worth of the human spirit was substituted for the currency. Witnesses and transcripts that are currently making the rounds on the internet claim that Eala uttered something unexpected and smiled in a sincere, modest manner. "Your offer is the best compliment I could ever receive, sir," she added, adding that your love for your daughter is stunning. However, this racket is made entirely of string and graphite. The racket isn't the magic. Give Khaled a shake. The heart that propels it and the hand that holds it both possess the magic. Aisha doesn't need my racket to discover her strength if she is motivated by me. She's got her own. The audience let out a gasp. Was she refusing? Was she leaving a wealth behind? She wasn't finished, though. She moved in the direction of the stands toward the box. "I cannot accept $10 million for this," Eala said steadily. "Since passion cannot be purchased. It is not possible to buy inspiration. However, Aisha can have this racket if she assures me that she would play joyfully and that she will pursue her goals in the same way that I do. Not for $10 million, but as a gift from one dreamer to another, for nothing." That was the time. That was the final blow. Aisha al-Rashid was shown via the camera pan. The young child broke down in tears when she was surrounded by billions of dollars in wealth, which would allow her to have anything she desired with a simple swipe of a card. She was so overwhelmed that she buried her face in her hands. She was not moved by the thing. It served as confirmation. She hadn't just purchased a memento from her idol. She had recognized her as a fellow dreamer and a peer. Eala had established a link after rejecting the transaction. The man who believed that money could fix any issue, Sheikh Khaled, was in a state of shock. His money was worthless for the first time in ages. Nevertheless, he had gotten something much more worthwhile. He reportedly bent his head in sincere reverence after turning to face Eala after glancing at his sobbing daughter. The most valuable exchange of the tournament was the one that never took place. Eala approached the court's edge, signed the racket, wrote a private note to Aisha on the handle, and gave it to security to give to the sobbing girl. Once more, the fans exploded, but not for a match point. It was for the sake of humanity. Let's now examine why this is exploding so dramatically. This instance stands out as a beacon of unadulterated ethics in a world where sports are dominated by zero deals, enormous contracts, and athletes vying for the largest salary. Which, after all, they deserve. The refusal makes it a legendary story, but the money makes it a tabloid story. This is giving social media a field day. Globally, the hashtag 10 million is trending. Eala is referred to the fans as the people's champion and the Queen of Hearts. However, this narrative has an even more intriguing underbelly that is only now beginning to emerge in the rumors. According to people close to the chick, he is preparing something even more ambitious because he was so moved by Ella's rejection of the money. Did you really think a $50 billion man would just walk away with a free racket? Sheikh Khaled is reportedly in negotiations to create a sizable tennis foundation in the Philippines that will be entirely supported by his Alex Eala-named corporation. There are rumors about a Khaled Eala youth program that seeks to identify Southeast Asia's future tennis stars. Even though Eala declined the money for herself, it appears that her moral character could open up hundreds of millions of dollars for her fellow citizens. That's how karma is defined. That's what influence is defined as. She may have obtained a legacy by declining a wage check. Let's also discuss Aisha. The world's most famous tennis racket is now owned by this girl. Collectors are already anticipating that the racket would sell for up to $10 million if it ever makes it to the auction block with this story attached. However, I have a feeling that the racket will never leave Aisha's chamber. It is no longer a piece of memorabilia. A torch has been passed. This narrative also emphasizes how tennis is becoming more and more popular in the Middle East. As is well known, Saudi Arabia has made significant investments in football, golf, and now tennis. That is demonstrated by the Six Kings Slam and the WTA Finals in Riyadh. However, this intimate exchange between a Saudi mogul and a Filipino celebrity gives the sports industry a more human touch. It demonstrates that the bond between an athlete and their audience is unadulterated in spite of geopolitical discussions and sports washing arguments. The video that will be broadcast repeatedly is the one of Aisha sobbing. It serves as a reminder of the original motivation behind watching sports. We don't keep an eye out for prize money checks. We keep an eye out for the situations that evoke strong emotions. We keep an eye out for inspiration. Alex Eala demonstrated that she is more aware of her duty as an example than athletes twice her age. Additionally, there are rumors circulating that the chick has volunteered to fly Eala and her whole squad on his private Boeing 747 for her upcoming tournament swim.